guys, welcome back to my channel. OMG, I have to tell you right now that I am living for this look. If you are going to a destination wedding, if you're having a destination wedding, you need this like warm yellow gold. It's not like a normal basic gold. This is something else. It's just made the gold pop in this, and I'm literally living for this look. But for now guys, if you want to know how I got this makeup look right here, then please keep on watching. I've actually already started with moisturizer and primer on my skin, and I've Kevyn aquaned the areas that I'm not happy with. Normally, you know, I will come on camera and I always start with a bare face. Today my skin is just... But in case you wanted to know, I've used MAC Strobe cream in Goldlite and the Becca backlight priming filter as a primer, something that's going to give you that lit from within kind of vibe. Let's start off with face and then we'll move on to the eyes later. For foundation, I am going to go in with a little mixture of these two. This is the NARS Radiant Longwear foundation, and I'm going to take a little bit of the Jouer high coverage because this stuff is high coverage. I feel like it's so full coverage that sometimes it can mask your face, and as much as I really want the coverage right now, I want it to look a little bit lighter but still, you know, full beat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply most of it with a brush, and you can see already the coverage of the Jouer one is insane. So I'm just going to stipple this all over my face, and I guess when you're in the heat you want your makeup to last, so something that is full coverage is great. You don't want to feel like you're wearing a lot of makeup because that can not feel cute. I'm actually just going to take a little less foundation on my forehead, and I feel like your forehead doesn't really need a lot of foundation. It looks like you're wearing a lot more makeup when you've got a lot of foundation on your forehead, but if you go a bit lighter, it kind of gives the illusion that the rest of your face is a bit of a lighter makeup look. And if you need to like cover up any scarring or anything like that, then just pinpoint what you want to cover up and give more coverage to. I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender sponge, and this is just going to help pick up any excess foundation that's just sitting on the top of my skin. Honestly, like, I love the NARS foundation because that's going to give you that radiance, especially in the sun where you want to look glowing, but the Jouer is giving the coverage. I feel like building up your foundation when you're in the sun and you want it to last is key. Don't just go in with one light layer because it probably is going to wear off. You do want to go in with another layer. But the second layer I'm going to use with my sponge, and I'm just patting it into the product, patting any excess off onto my hand, and then going over. And it just looks so flawless and airbrushed. So now that foundation's on, I can move on to the eyes. And the reason I want to do my eyes at this stage, if there's any fallout from any of the eyeshadow, there's nothing on my under eyes yet, so we can clean up, we can correct. So I'm gonna go into the MAC Uninterrupted eyeshadow. It's so beautiful. I'm just gonna take this shade through my crease only. And these shadows are so pigmented, these Pro Longwear ones by MAC. Just take it back and forth in windscreen wiper motions. And then I'm going to take just a black kohl pencil. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs one in Blacquer. Run this along my eye, but I'm kind of going to make it a bit thicker on the outer corner of my eye. Don't worry about it being messy right now because look at that jaggedy ass line. Because we're just going to, on a pencil brush, just blend this out, like just blend the edges out so it softens it a little bit. And that's why it doesn't matter if it's messy at this stage. If you feel like you lose the intensity, you can always go back over it and then just smudge it out again. And then I'm gonna go in with this Laura Mercier Mystic Gold Caviar Stick Eye Color Cream Eyeshadow in a stick. And this is gonna make your life so easy, honestly. Anyone that struggles with like doing eyeshadow, use one of these. So I'm just gonna pop this on and I'm just gonna build this up. And then I'm just gonna use a flat synthetic brush to pat that in, which will help just blend it into the eye and soften up a little bit. We're gonna go in with a black eyeshadow. I'm just going to use Black Truffle from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. You can use any black shadow that you want, but I'm basically gonna take this on a pencil brush and just go over that black liner a little bit, mainly focusing this on the outer corner. And then I'm just gonna use a small brush to feather some of that black shadow in. And then I'm gonna take a yellow eyeshadow from NYX, and this is called Gilded. This is such a gorgeous yellow eyeshadow. I'm basically just gonna press this right over where the gold is. Oh yes, this has just switched up the whole look. I don't think I've done anything like this on my channel before. And it doesn't need to be like a super sharp cut crease or anything like that. If it's a bit soft on the edges, that's fine, that works also. And then just to make this a little bit more interesting, I'm gonna take Trophy Wife by Fenty. Isn't this just stunning? I'm just gonna take a bit of this and I'm just gonna press it right over the top, just to add some like sparkle to the eye. Ooh, just changes up the vibe, you know. And then I'll just go and redefine the crease again right over the edge of this gold shadow to make it look a little softer and blown out. And then finally for the eyes, I'm gonna go in with a Makeup Geek Solar Flare Sparkler. It's a really super fine glitter, honestly. So I'm just gonna apply this using a damp brush, and I'm gonna pick up a really light amount and just press this right over the top. So I'm gonna move back onto the face now, and I'm gonna start contouring and highlighting, and I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty in the shade Matchstix and Fenty Beauty Concealer in 310 because I like the warmth in this color. I'm just gonna apply this in all of the areas where I usually like to contour, so on my head, on my cheekbones, and also just down my nose. And then I'm going to highlight in all of the usual areas as well, so just in the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, a bit on my chin, and also just under my eyes. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend this all out, and I'm going to start off with the contour first. Make sure everything is blended out right into the hairline, and then I'll just take it down my cheeks, kind of like popping a smile as I do it and taking it round my cheekbone. And I'll just take it like right up to the edges of my hairline as well. And then once that's blended out, you just want to go ahead and blend all of the highlighted areas around your face. And I'm just using a brush to stipple this in. Even just go over it with your damp Beauty Blender sponge. And then I'll use my sponge just under my eyes. This is where you can kind of clean up your eyeshadow as well and just now make it look. And now would be the time that I'm going to set everything in place. So I'm going to use my Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. I love this so much. Such a nice lightweight powder. It's going to give you radiance. It's going to allow your skin to glow. I will just use my damp Beauty Blender sponge to pat over the areas where I've highlighted only. Keep patting it in until it's like worked into the skin. This is like my version of baking. So this kind of bake is gonna work for someone that has dry skin, so especially dry under eyes, someone that's got mature skin, someone that's got fine lines, wrinkles, all of that kind of stuff. You don't wanna let the powder sit on there for too long. By working it in like this, make your makeup last, which is key, especially in the heat. I do that mainly under the eyes. Around the other areas of the face, I might allow the powder to sit heavier. Even on my head where I have like wrinkles, thank you aging, I'm patting the powder into it. See? What wrinkles? Bye-bye. And I also just want to use this same powder to carve out that contour. So I'm going to smile a bit so I can see where the contour is. And I'm taking it up because that is what's going to give us that snatched cheek, you know. And now it is time to bronze. Fenty Caramel Cutie bronzer, which looks like this, and it's a really nice shade. I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of it with the MAC Gold Deposit highlighter. If you are gonna be in the sun, you want to glow, okay? And I love adding this to any of my bronzers. It's just gonna give radiance to your skin. And I'm loving this Ray Morris brush. So good for bronzer because of like the tapered edge. I'm gonna start on my head, and then I'm gonna slowly make my way around the edges of my face and work it around into my cheekbones. Like, can you see what that is doing for me? Oh my God, so lovely. And I'm just like popping a little smile so I can really take it around here. But you want like the majority of the darker part to be right here where the outer perimeter is. I'm gonna move back onto the eyes real quick just to finish off the lower lash line. So I'm basically gonna take Uninterrupted along my lower lash line as well now. And you can really like blow this shadow out and make it nice and smoky. And then I'm only gonna take a teeny bit of that black eyeshadow just along the outer corner of the eye. just so that it kind of ties into the top of the eye. And I'm just going to use my brush to blend them both together. And I always like to make sure it's like joint up on the outer corner. And I'm just going to take the same black liner just along the lash line, more so on the inner corner so it's kind of joined up. And then for the inside waterline of the eye, I'm going to take this NYX pencil, and this is in the shade Golden Bronze, and this is going to go on my lower waterline. And I thought bronze might be a nice touch. It's a little bit different and it just takes the edge of it being so harsh. Okay, so then I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I literally am obsessed with it at the moment. I stopped using it for a while now. I can't put it down. Okay, so I've quickly popped on some lashes, and I believe these are some Ardell like extra ones. I'll look for the name and leave it in the description box for you. So we're gonna get on some highlighter now. On a damp brush, I'm just going to take my Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby highlighter, this one right here, and I'm just gonna place this on the top of my cheekbones. And I'm very, very careful with placement. Oh God, see, this highlighter is insane anyway, but when you have it applied with a damp brush, it just looks insane. I'll just see where the light is naturally hitting me, and it's kind of towards the top of my brow. I'm also just going to take some of this down the bridge of my nose. I'm actually just going to take a finer brush to do this down my nose. I'm also going to take some at the tip, just on my cupid's bow, and also on my chin. I'm going to take that same highlighter just on the inner corners of my eyes. This highlighter is amazing. It's one of my all-time favorites. And for blusher, I'm gonna take MAC Peachy Keen. I am gonna apply this just on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm really, really lightly gonna stroke this on. So yeah, I like to just pop the apples of my cheeks out and then gently brush it. Okay guys, I really, really quickly just used the Fenty Beauty Body Lover in the shade Trophy Wife, and I just put some on my décolletage, shall we say, on my shoulders as well. Oh yes, I've got a full review comparing it to the Huda Beauty one. If you want to check it out, click the link. For the lips, I'm gonna go in with Cork Lip Liner by MAC. Basically, this whole nude lip situation is fire. I'm just gonna line my entire lips with this, and then once you've lined your lips, I'm gonna go in with Peach Stock by MAC. Again, this is like the first ever nude lipstick I ever bought. You know, a little bit of a history with this, but this is just going all over my lips. You always want to work your lip liner right back over it just so that they blend together. Finally, I'm gonna finish off with some gloss, and I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk lip gloss, and this is just gonna go right over the top. And then finally, to lock all of this makeup in place, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Setting Mist. So guys, I'm gonna get some jewelry on and I will be right back with you. Okay guys, so this right here is the finished look. The jewelry is once again by the Jewelry Trunk, and I really am obsessed. Let me know if you like this look by giving this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below. I literally have been wanting to create this look for so long, and I wasn't sure how it was gonna turn out. I had a vision in my head, but the vision has come to life and I love it even more in person. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Get me on the gram. I've got loads of separate content over there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.